Here are 5 things you should never do to your natural hair. Hi my loves, welcome back to my channel. So number 1 is do not shampoo your hair consistently. That is, for every time you wash your hair, you do not have to use a shampoo, because most of this shampoo contain ingredients called sulfur, and this ingredient tends to reduce the pH level of your hair, making your hair to be more dry, dehydrated, less moisturized, and this will be prone to hair breakage. I'll give you this instance. If you wash your hair, let's just say twice in a week, so for the first 2 weeks you can go ahead to use a shampoo, but for the next 2 weeks, that's the second time, you don't have to wash your hair with a shampoo. You can just go ahead and co-wash your hair, that is using just conditioner, to wash your hair. That way your hair will be more clean and your hair would have less hair breakage. Next, do not focus on hair growth products, rather focus on healthy products. If you keep focusing on hair growth products rather than healthy products, you are going to cause more harm than good to your hair. I'll give you this instance. Let's just say you constantly have hair breakage, or whenever it is you comb your hair, you experience hair loss. Rather than going to the supermarket to buy a hair growth product that will make your hair more longer, which will still break, focus on product that will help with anti-breakage and would help your hair regain the strength and the moisture that your hair has actually lost. And your hair will be minimal to breakage, or the breakage will even stop completely. Because once your hair stops breaking, your hair will automatically start growing. Same way if you're experiencing thin ends at the tip of your hair, rather than going to go and get product that will help with your hair being thick, you just focus on products or things that will help with thin ends, like trimming your hair, putting your hair in protective braids. Avoid straightening your hair all the time. These are things you should focus on, and things that will help with thin ends. Not going to get things that will make your hair thicker, because what if the product makes your hair thicker at the roots and yet the tips of your hair still has thin ends? Because I've seen hair growth products and hair growth oils that are actually drying, and at that point what your hair needs is moisture. All I'm saying is focus on how to solve the problem, and you see your hair do better, rather than jumping on every product you see written hair growth on it, because not all of them actually work and not all of them are healthy for your hair. Next, straightening your hair without heat protectant. This can be with hot comb, blow drying, or even hair straightener. Now what this does is that too much heat can actually damage your hair. I know some of us are actually guilty of this. I'm also a victim of this, because in the past I always straighten my hair, and the funniest thing is that I'll make sure the hair straightener is completely hot so my hair will straighten properly, and I suffer severe hair breakage. Even till now I'm still paying the price. So you should not straighten your hair without heat protectant, and even with heat protectant, let the hair straightener or whatsoever it is you're using to straighten your hair, let it not be extremely hot. There's something we call heat damage. Now heat damage might not stop your hair from growing, but it will completely slow it down. Plus, any temperature above 300 Fahrenheit will lead to weak hair that has lost its elasticity and will make your hair more prone to hair damage. Avoid straightening your hair all the time. If heat kind of dries our hair and makes our hair to be more freezing. With that way, our hair that's supposed to have this moist that's supposed to be there naturally is going to be definitely lost, and when that moist is being taken out from our hair, the pH balance tends to reduce, and with that way your hair is just going to keep breaking non-stop. Next, do not tie your hair too tight. Now too tight to the extent that it's like you're strangling your hair and your hair cannot breathe. And if your hairdresser or your hairstylist makes your hair and it's completely tight, or it's too tight that you can't even move your neck, let them know to loosen it a bit, especially the places that are tender, like the front of our hair or the back of our hair. If not, your hair is going to end up looking like this, and you do not want that for yourself. I remember back then when I was in secondary school, most times when my hairdresser makes my hair, I have to carry my neck like this for about 2 to 3 days. Like I needed a pillar for it, because the hair was too tight, and I was a child. Most of my back hair were gone, even while I was making styles that is meant to grow my hair. So I understand that your hair has to be tight, so it doesn't get too loose, but not to the extent that it's too tight, whereby others are in bed sleeping and you cannot sleep because you made a new hair. So do not make your hair too tight because you're going to be endangering your scalp, which is the foundation of your hair. And if you make your hair yourself, or if you style your hair yourself, do not make your hair too tight. I remember one time I was supposed to go out and I had to style my hair. It's also in this, this upward position. So I took my hair there and I tied my hair so tight because I wanted my face to lift. But guess what? I was having migraine all through, and I thought this was the stress. I was just having migraine at the front of my head here. For me to come back and just lose the hairband, and there was this relief, like someone poured cold water on my hair, and I was like, seriously, is this thing I tied on my hair like all through? When I placed my hand in the middle of my hair, oh my god, the middle of my scalp was literally hot, like no jokes, and it was so sensitive, like it was painful for about weeks. I could not even comb my hair and I could not even make protective braids. I just have to keep packing my hair. So with that way, you're just going to endanger your scalp. That's how you see most people now start having injuries on their hairline or injuries on their hair because they were making their hair, it was just too tight, and your hair would definitely not grow that way. With lots of migraine, you can add that to the list. The next on my list is do not detangle your hair while it's dry. That is, do not detangle your hair without a moisturizer or without hydration. So moisturizer can be your leave-in conditioner and hydration can be water, like spraying water on your hair. So you can either do any of these, but I personally do both unless my hair is dirty. Now when your hair is dirty and maybe based on your busy schedule, you want to step out of the house and you need your hair to be styled and your hair is dried, so now rather than applying more products to your dirty hair, you can just take up your spray bottle, so just like this one right here, and just spray your hair with it and detangle it, style it, and you just step out of the house. And when you're back, you can go ahead to wash your hair. Now when you want to wash your hair and your hair is dry, rather than just saying, oh, I want to detangle before I get into the shower, please, when you get into the shower and your hair is wet, detangle in the shower. It is way better. Just a free tip: do not detangle your hair from the roots, detangle your hair from the tip. When you're detangling your hair while it's dry, it's going to make your scalp more sensitive because it's like you're pulling it, and with that way you're just pulling all the strands out. But think about when you just moisturize your hair and with your leave-in conditioner, it's going to be more soft and easier to comb. You don't even have to struggle to comb your hair, and you don't even have to pull out every strand. So that's all for today, guys. Please, if this video was helpful, do not forget to like this video and also leave a comment. I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.